Hello, I'm Fantastic, and today I'm going to be talking about the teams that I'm planning to try and attempt to use for the upcoming World of Carnage 3 or Shura 3 dungeon that should be released at the end of the Tuesday maintenance. So, I still have quite a few issues with my wrist, but I have some good news. On July 2nd, I have a bunch of imaging being scheduled at Royal Columbia Hospital, which is great. I'm going to be basically scanned everywhere possible, like my neck, my back, my wrists. So hopefully that might give some insight as to why I'm having more pain, at least in my wrist area, but back and neck may have some treatment plans. Either way, I've been avoiding like my computer and wrist usage the past, I don't know how long, just so I have a chance to maybe get a couple of attempts in for Shura 3. But in the advent that I can't play because of pain, I might as well share my team composition and ideas because you, ladies and gentlemen, might be looking for something of yourself. So, the first team that I can make at least right now involves Klaus, Sophie, and obviously everything is at push to level 120. I've leveled everything to 120 already. I did training arena swiping over the weekend, which is doable for sure. And I have enough HP to survive. You need 63,900 and... Why isn't my memo short there? But you need 6,000. I have just enough HP. You need if you have 64,000 HP, you are fine. And that's to tank one of the largest single hit in the game that you cannot avoid. Kind of outrageous the fact that 16 times health still just barely lets you tank 1,000,000 damage or something along those lines. But you need some super HP latents on your cleric in order to hit that health threshold with this team layout. This team does struggle with time extend buffs because the only place I could squeeze it in was on Sophie. I don't have Halloween Bastet, so I can't make this work. If I had Halloween Bastet, Sophie could be swapped, and then I have a much easier access to buffing myself for like movement time and RCV. But Sophie is still not bad. Maybe she'll get her update to give all the buffs that she does in JP, but who knows if that will occur in time. But either way, Klaus is massive damage output. Same with Sophie as well. She does have 7, 10, and a bunch of killers, so that definitely can add up. Wrath is for skill boost with the super blind. Your cleric, Arg, I can't pronounce his name, or Wrath, they can interchange between who has skill boost plus versus super blind resist. I do have a delay. I do have the boar helmet. I'm using the 10 diamond draw in order to give myself 2 haste and clear all the binds on my leaders when you first enter the dungeon, because I'm not going to have bind immunity on my leaders until I transform. So this is a reasonable option for myself because I get the haste for 2 effective skill boosts. I do also unbind them at the same time. I was thinking of Christmas Tamadra, but I don't need the delay from Christmas Tamadra because the inherit on Klaus will still function. And with the 2 haste from my cleric, it actually ensures the delay inherit on Klaus is ready, even though he gets delayed by 2 turns. This team I feel like should be reasonably solid, but I would prefer it if I was able to acquire Sakura from the Fate collab. So kind of a tangent of that, I'm not going to be able to release a Fate collab article. It's really not that great of an event, and I don't think it's worth killing my wrists for something I'm not going to enjoy. I'd much rather try to play Pad. I really haven't played Pad for a couple of weeks now, but I would rather try and play Pad because I do enjoy the game. So if I can get Sakura, this would definitely be the team I would like to use, something along these lines, because Sakura gives you, well, I'll show you because she did get buffed. But she has 2 skill boosts before she transforms, so your skill boost count does go down because of no Klaus. But you have significantly higher damage against all types of spawns, and the active skill is what I want because it has a board unlock as well. Same with Klaus. You need a board unlock for Shura 3. So I have a board unlock. It also makes me extra Dark Orbs, and it gives me a time buff and an attack buff on a 2-turn cooldown. So magical stuff all around. She hits incredibly hard. Sophie does give the RCV buff as needed, so I will have much better access to buffing and orb generation. And this team has 63,963 health, and I need 63,961 health to survive, if I'm not mistaken. So I will live with 2 health. Pretty sweet thing all around. Like, I do technically have space on my cleric to add in those HP plus latents. Maybe I'll add in killers instead of SDR. Haven't fully thought of it, but the idea is I can cover all the blind, 80% jammer, 80% poison. I do have enough SDRs on key people so their actives don't get delayed. My delay inherit is on Sophie instead of Klaus, which does cut down the cooldowns necessary. This team also has more passive damage because I can use Nergigante's weapon because I have just easier access to time extend, which was a big deal for myself beforehand. So I feel like this team is definitely going to have much more capabilities. Obviously, I don't know if it's going to work. I don't have Sakura yet. I don't have the dungeon to play and test it through anyways. But the idea is I feel like this should give myself pretty good results overall because I do have consistent orb generation and board unlocking. And with Mikage's spinners, I should be able to fish out dark orbs as necessary. Sakura's extra dark orb generation is great. So the only drawback is she is a bundle. I don't think I'm going to necessarily get her on my free rolls, but she is definitely a tremendously strong card if you like Mono Dark. She's going to be one of the better subs you really can have at this point in time. So, with that being said, let me know what you, ladies and gentlemen, are planning to utilize for Shura 3. Is this something you plan to tackle? And if you... Well, yeah, we don't have it out released yet, so it's hard to say if it's going to be successful or not. But hopefully this gives you a little bit of idea as to what you could possibly bring for a given team. Remember, you need to hit certain health thresholds to tank stuff with Mikage, but other leaders may have different requirements for themselves. But either way, hopefully all a Mantastic day. I wish you all the best of luck in your own pad adventures, and happy puzzling.